Good, thanks. All right, we'll get started with Louisville. Head coach Dan McDonnell, student athlete JT Benson. Start with an opening statement from coach, and then we'll field questions in person. And then for those joining us on Zoom, if you have a question, just use the raise hand tool. Coach.
Yeah, just congratulations to Miami. They earned it. I thought it was a well played game. You know, they 2-3-run homers, account for 6 runs, and we just weren't able to get that big crooked number. We had a couple solo home runs, but obviously we left some guys on base, so we had a chance and we rallied there in the 9th, but came up short.
Questions?
What was it always the plan to go with Evan Webster on short rest, and then if he wasn't as effective, to go to Forbes?
Yes. Yeah, Forbes was the freshest guy, pitched last Thursday. Of course, Evan pitched on Thursday, and just felt like Evan's experience and he's been so good. And I thought they did a phenomenal job. It's at least 3, if not 4, 2-strike hits in the first. I know the first 3 hits were all with 2 strikes, and even the home run. So they just did a good job of moving the baseball against Webby, which I think you have to do. You can't try to get too big and too aggressive. And we felt like, we tried it, but let's go to Forbes, and Forbes was really good.
Coach, the guy sitting next to you here, I think was on base 5 times today, which I know he's had a huge year for you, really taking that next step. I mean, besides just staying healthy, what have you seen out of this guy to kind of help him, take this next step this week?
I think you said it, just staying healthy. It's he's had some tough blows go his way. He plays, he's my football guy. He plays like a football player, and that's good and bad. Unfortunately, sometimes you get a little banged up, but that's who he is. That's how he plays. I'd love for him to kind of be the face of our team when we preach toughness and how we run the bases and just how we defend. And, so it's been fun. It's been fun coaching him and Isaac Humphrey and Logan Beard and, some of these guys that came in that post-COVID time and have had some good and some ups and downs. So, but I'm happy for JT and the year he's had, and I'm not shocked at all. He'll have a huge postseason.
The game against Clemson is going to be really big in terms of the tournament hopes. What's the plan moving forward there, trying to get that W?
Yeah, the obvious disappointing thing is we can't advance. I don't know if that would have changed. We had to win 2 games, so even you win today, it's all hands on deck on Friday. Like you're not saving anyone for Saturday or Sunday, and so it's probably the same for us in the world of all hands on deck. I want these guys to enjoy the tournament, be where their feet are, just play. I feel good about our resume, and I like where we're at, tied for 6th in the ACC. I'm sure Aaron would vouch for the league. Is just, it's a bear. It is. My gosh. Look who the 8 seed is and how they're viewed across college baseball, and so I'm super optimistic about our league and how we put ourselves in this position. But yeah, we just want to play good baseball. And Clemson is a really good team and, have had a great year, and, they hit us in the chin in that game 3. So no matter what, you kind of want to come out and play good baseball Friday.
JT, just looking at the way this team has competed this year, ups and downs, of course, like you're going to have in a league like this. But what can you say about just the way this team has fought through to this point?
Yeah, this team's gritty, and I've got to play with a bunch of these guys for a while now, and it's been an honor because they've made me better, especially the guys we've added to this program. Hoy and Napleton and McCoy, just being here 2nd year. Those guys really get the best out of you, and I'm thankful for those guys, but they're also they're confident in themselves. They're gritty, and at any point they could be a star. So.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Zion Rose and how he's developed and what he means to this team, especially moving forward?
Well, he's definitely our next JT because he plays extremely hard. And so I worry about him as well, staying healthy, because he is so physical. So kind of my football guys, the way they run around. He's done a great job. I mean, he's just a hard worker. Not easy to DH, especially for a freshman. But he's accepted that role because of, older players. We got an old outfield, so we start 2 seniors and a junior. And we got catchers, we got a senior catcher and we got the sophomore catchers. And so he's just, and what's impressive is no entitlement, show up every day, punch the clock and work hard. It's not easy for kids coming out of high school with a lot, above their head. So I'm really proud of him, and I've enjoyed coaching him. It's a fun kid to coach because he's businesslike, and he wants to get better.
Coach, how do you, what was the message to the guys in the outfield today after the game? And then how do you shift the focus from what you initially came here to do to win a championship to then, get ready and just shift the focus to Friday's game?
Yeah, JT, we talked about, right, toughness, and we use the phrase be professional. Even Aaron alluded to, we've had some ups and downs this year. I mean, we've gotten knocked down. We've always gotten back up. That's been the impressive thing. I think the JT, probably the most frustrated I was all year was at North Carolina, which is kind of crazy because, one of the best teams in the country. That was the one time we had a chance to bounce back, and we just didn't do enough in that game 2. And I was just so frustrated because this group has bounced back. So, what an opportunity we have Friday, bounce back, and get ready to play good baseball, and yeah, it's like I said, it stinks that win or lose, you don't advance to Saturday, but these guys are going to want to keep playing. And as much as I don't want them to think ahead and read stuff, that so many kids follow, that I don't want them to feel like they have to win. Control what they can control. Just play good baseball against a really good opponent, and they should have the confidence. My message to them in the outfield was how much I believe in them because of the teams we've beaten this year. So I'll be looking forward to getting in an NCAA and not playing an ACC team. And I know there's a lot of good teams out there, but I just look forward to carrying the flag, representing our league, and going up against some of the good programs from other leagues.
Anything else?
JT, your batting average has jumped nearly 30 points in the last, 3 weeks or so. What have you, adjusted or changed or that's allowed you to see the ball a little bit better these last 3 weeks to go on a tear like this?
Yeah, I'm just really trying to enjoy it right now. Coach Snides and Coach Graves is preaching this, hit the fastball and, trust yourself. If those 2 things that I'll ever not take from here, I will hit the fastball and I will enjoy, every at bat. So, and they've all got with that, but no, it's really just trying to wrap my head around it. This last time we played with some of these guys, and, out here on this beautiful ballpark, with a team that, I bled, sweat and tears with. So it's really just been enjoying being where my feet are, just like Coach Mack always says, just really enjoy it. So that's definitely gonna be the focus for everybody else.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
put up a 3 spot and, obviously a must-win game for us. We gotta win this tournament to get into the NCAA tournament. So every game is like a game 7 and just did a great job offensively, getting ahead early and Rafe did a good job of, kind of a bend but don't break, kind of himself with some jams, but made pitches when he needed it and made some defensive plays behind him when we needed it. So all in all, it's just a big win, and Cabo did a good job coming and closing the door there at the end.
Okay, questions?
Rafe, obviously not a real easy place to keep the ball in the yard. You did a pretty good job of that. I mean, what was kind of your mentality attacking those guys today?
Yeah, that's something you try obviously not to think about, but it's in the back of your head. So just kind of mixing it up in the zone, showing I'm willing to go up, down, in, out, is something that obviously I think we've had to make an adjustment this year on. But obviously for someone like me who sinks the ball and has a lot of run, that's not a problem I've had often. But yeah, that's something that, I guess kind of came naturally and you got to use to your advantage when you get it.
Coach, obviously monster performances from Rafe and from Cabo. What does that mean moving forward? Because you basically got the entire bullpen at your disposal and potentially Gage Seal.
Yeah, we got the whole, bullpen ready and you're right. Most important, you got Gage Seal starting on Thursday. So, just the format of the tournament going, him starting last Thursday and us playing on Tuesday was a little too quick of a turnaround. So, but we felt good. We knew we're in the tournament. We knew we're the 11th seed last week after Thursday night's game. So, Rafe came out and threw 2 innings on Friday, as did Eric Hernandez, and kept all our options open. But now I think we're in a good spot now with our best, Friday night guy going on Thursday and a fresh bullpen.
Daniel, Coach kind of talked about the energy, the focus level for this club heading into it. What do you kind of sense from his dugout into this thing today from that perspective?
Yeah, we know what we gotta do when we come out in the first inning, and we did that really well today, and that really helped us set the tone for the rest of the game. And that led to a big offensive day for us with 8 runs scored, and that's what we need to keep doing to keep winning games.
And also, could you walk us through the at-bats and the 2 home runs?
Yeah, I was seeing the ball really well at the plate. That first at bat, he gave me a good pitch to hit with, I believe it was a 1-2 count. He gave me a slider that was like kind of middle low, and I just stayed through it well, and it went out to right center. And then the second one, I fouled off. I was late on my 2 strikeouts on fastball, so I knew they were going to keep attacking me with that because I hit the first pitch, the first home run off a breaking ball. So I knew after striking out on the fastball that they were going to keep attacking me with it until I hit it, and then they kept giving it to me, and I didn't miss the second one.
Obviously, the win is what's important, but you've tied Pat Burrell's freshman home run record. How does that feel with the legendary names that have come through the University of Miami?
Yeah, it's an honor to be, tie a guy like that. Obviously everyone knows how legendary he was, so it's an honor. And I'm just focused on winning the next games and keep it going.
And Coach, to kind of follow up on that, I mean, the year this guy's had as a true freshman, it's pretty remarkable. You've been around this program a long time. You've seen a lot of good ones come through. Would you mind maybe putting this into perspective a little bit?
Well, I think his ability to hit a baseball goes without saying, but I think he answered it great there at the end. If he does his job, he knows to help the team win. So it's not about tying Pat Burrell or breaking any records or anything like that. It's helping the team win. So with that mentality, the more guys you have, thinking that way, we're going to be okay. So I mean, even today, he hits 2 3-run home runs, but without Jacoby Long and Villegas getting on base in front of him, it's a different story. So I think it was just overall, I think our lineup is starting to swing the bat better. Got some guys getting hot at the right time. So hopefully we continue to do those things.
Anything else?
One more, just one more about Daniel. What do you think about him makes him such a great hitter?
I'm sorry?
What do you think about him makes him such a great hitter?
Well, on top of the natural ability that he has, again, he learns at bat to at bat, and he understands that they kind of blew his doors off there in the second at bat, and he just comes up and makes an adjustment. He's ready for it, Some guys just go up there kind of just swinging, and he doesn't. He's a student of the game. He enjoys the process of getting better, and he understands what pitchers are trying to do to him, and he learns at bat to at bat, even during at bats. So it's definitely a very mature approach at the plate.
Just a real quick clarification. Daniel, did you say you were hunting breaking ball on the first at bat?
I was not, but he left the ball over the middle of the plate.
Thank you. That's what I said.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I think.
What?